Hey everybody, Rhadamant here. Thanks for tuning in to Mount & Blade 2 Bannerlord, a Let's Play tutorial series. Our scenario settings, voted on by all of you, as a reminder. And then, of course, picking up where we left off, we have broken service with Sturgia. Because they basically had a snowball's chance in hell of being able to do anything effective against the kingdoms that were at war with them. But I kept my castle, because I figured, why not? It's mine, I earned it, I shouldn't hand it back over to Sturgia, and they declared war on me for it. Last episode, I did hunt a few of them for declaring war on me, but this episode, I'm likely to just gain the remaining renown that I need in order to form my own kingdom. And then try to form as many alliances or recruit as many vassals as I am capable, as quickly as I am able. So sort of the way the kingdoms work is kingdoms look at other kingdoms and sort of speculate how easy and weak you are. So the fewer people that you have as vassals, the more likely it is for enemy kingdoms, or other kingdoms, not even enemy kingdoms, to declare war on you, because you're easy pickings, basically. So if I want to form my own kingdom, I'm very much going to need to form a lot of alliances and recruit a lot of vassals. Now, one of the easiest ways to recruit a vassal is, honestly, just to get married. If I got married to someone of another... if I got married, I would recruit their clan into my own queendom, which is a very quick way of getting backup.
So, Sergeant!
When we left off, we only needed about 20-something renown, so I'm just picking fights. I'll be clearing out bandit camps, clearing looters. If there's a Sturgian army or so to fight, I'll fight them. But we're just looking to gain the remaining... renown that we need, and then we'll be done with it. I don't even care how we clear out these looters, just that they die. I'm not trying to min-max their experience or anything like that, just trying to get them dead for the rep. And they're pretty much all but dead. Breed dog taking a good hit there. And where are they even landed? Alright, there we are. They all died or got wounded. None of them able to flee. I don't want any prisoners because they slow me down. Give me your garbage, and off on my way. I've also been, as I'm sure you have noticed, searching cities, or towns rather, for a weapon. I'll give you a little hint for all of you that watched the Twitch series. That's all I need to say, I think. Just a little reminder, of course, that I don't have a forced weapon preference. Unlike my bows, there was no requirement for what melee weapon I use. And having tried out a whole bunch of them, I think I know what I want to settle on. Let's see. Make sure that I am getting all the food I need for long marches. Now, another thing I could do is invest in some smithing. Now, the problem with that, of course, is I don't have free focus points, and my smithing max is pretty low. And it's smithing. Smithing is best done in a non-recorded series because it is a long grind. If I'm being honest, it would just be a lot of time spent hammering in a town, and understandably, that is not necessarily all that entertaining. Which is one of the reasons I hadn't picked up smithing, because it's slow and it's boring. And it's not involved at all. So instead, if I could just buy the weapons that I'm looking for and not have to smith them, That would be excellent. That would be most excellent. Alright, let's check if this hideout is clearable. Hideouts are some decent renown, providing that it isn't a stack of death. Oh yeah, 5 forest bandits, that's no problem at all. Because as you can see here, we only need 19 renown left. I guess, yeah, I'll wait till... Actually, let's not wait till nightfall. No, I'm not going to be able to get to Sianion in time. Forget that. And I'll probably just duel the bandit boss. There's not going to be anyone in this phase. Because there's just not enough of them. Hey, bossy. Oh, sorry, man. Oh, there goes the entire bandit base. We plunder... Oh, we plunder some good boots. I think someone could use those. And nearby notables liked it, and we gained a tiny bit of renown. For the effort, it was worth it, but... let's see. If I wanted to put those boots on, 21, 21... Oh, yeah, you know what? Maybe we don't need those boots. I think everyone is 20 plus on boots, so I could sell them. Alright, so this is a mountain bandit base that probably has... I mean, I could take it down, but we're also within Battanian territory. Or actually, this here is sort of Empire. I think Battania just spread over there. And I really don't care about the notables, nearby notables for the Empire. Could not care less about that. Vlandia and Northern Empire just made peace. Legion of the Betrayed made a contact to fight along the Sturgians. So I potentially might have the Legion of the Betrayed coming to fight me. Southern and Northern Empire just formed a peace treaty as well. Oh, here's another little hideout. Oh, a tiny one. That's cute. So I am at 885 renown. Guess I'll wait again. We bartered off Ranil to back to the Battanians. I guess he was rotting in our jail for a while. Oopsie. And yet another duel. Because we're going to skip this phase. There's really no one here. Very well, kind sir. Well, you're not a kind sir. You're a bandit. Very well, I will duel you. Ooh. That initial hit, I could punch him to death. Oh, well, not if he's going to axe me in the head. There you go. Alright, and then, because I didn't murder him, I could probably, yep, there we go. Take him as a prisoner, make a little bit extra money. Because I knocked him out real gentle-like. And now we are 2 renown up. Oof. The larger camps are obviously worth more. I'm sort of curious because I was actually somewhat close to Veron Castle and Veron. If the nearby nobles in Veron liked the fact that I cleared that camp out, I guess I can head over to Veron and check. But let me sell these and buy some meat variety. So I raise my stewardship. What am I missing? Olives. I got some dates. Oil. Flax is not food. Okay. These little duels are actually pretty quick. Yeah, there's only 5 here, and it's almost nighttime, so I'll do this one as well. Attack. I should probably switch it around so that my bow is my secondary weapon. I guess while we enter the bandit base, I can switch weapons, but it's always annoying to approach and then have to be like, all right, yeah, let me switch weapons quickly while this duel starts. All right, taking no prisoners this time. 0.7 renown. At least here we're getting a little bit of morale too, because we just keep winning. I'm going to swing back over towards Vlandian Castle, clear out some of the bandit bases there as well. We are just within spitting distance, 12 away. Man, these forest bandit bases are tiny. We're just gonna have a bunch of bandit bosses as prisoners. I mean, it's an okay way to make a quick buck. Let me go check in on Vlandian Castle, see how their progression has come. As you can see, it's not really making the money it used to. I think Golorin got raided a bit too hard and hasn't really recovered. But if I clear out some hideouts, last I checked, Golorin hated my guts. All right, so we have no money in the reserves, but I don't think I'm going to put anything in the reserves. So, yeah, let's check how much Golorin hates us. Who are you? Yeah, excuse me, are you Sturgian? Get the hell out. Yeah, negative 30 all around. Okay. I'm making peace with Sturgia because when I become a queendom, I'd rather not have... Not that Sturgia is an enemy, but I'd rather not have a Sturgian enemy right off the bat. I don't know why she's in Golorin. That doesn't really make any sense to me, like, at all, but, yeah, whatever. It's nor here nor there. Veron, you guys are 0 to me, so I'm sort of curious if I clear out this, this hideout, if they'll go up to, like, 2. And we'll keep searching for the ever-elusive weapon of my choice, which I shall never find. And there's an arena fight, but no, that's not why we're here. We're here to sell off some clothing and buy some food. The larger varieties, of course, raises morale, and my morale is important to me because it's tied to stewardship. So, as my morale is up, my stewardship goes up, which means the amount of troops I'm allowed to have goes up. All tied together. What are we at now? 92? Very, very close. Now, if you find yourself at odds with the village leaders that you want to be friends with, you could try to clear out bandit bases and do other missions that will benefit the village and the village elders that you've offended. So clearing, I would need to clear out a ton of bandit bases like this to ever get in the good graces of the village I raided. But if it was a Vlandian town where I could get Vlandian recruits, it would be worth it. Because it's one of those... There's a finite amount of Vlandian territories, and if you really want to build a big army quick, you know, you need to be friends with all the Vlandian leaders. Okay, so let's see if nearby notables actually did care at Veron. And, yep. Podmos went up to 3. Went up by 3. And Golorin maybe had moved to negative 27? Nope, they didn't care. Oh, no, this guy cared. Negative 27. I can trade troops for him, so here's another way to demonstrate. Oh, yeah, no, he won't even talk to me because he hates me. Yeah, I've dipped so below my ability to even rectify our situation that it's intractable. That's how I shall put it. Okay, so here's a much larger bandit base. This one might actually be quite difficult for me to clear out. Let me see if there's a mission to do it. A task. Maybe in Sargot. Because alternatively, I could just chase down now. There's no tasks here. Alternatively, I could just chase down some looters, and that would be a lot easier. The thing is, I don't really want to lose any troops right now, because if I'm about to form my own queendom, I'm going to need every troop I can get. Now, if I wanted to take my time, which would be wise, and I'm actually not going this way, but if I wanted to take my time with this, yeah, I just took them all prisoner. I would, you know, create a bunch of companion armies, fill up my garrisons. It would be very costly, but I could start off with a rather large force of like a few hundred rather than the 138 that I have. But that might take an episode or two to sort of cue all that up and set it all into motion. And I'd rather just rush things. If that's a fair assessment. So I'm 4 away. Oh man, that is gonna be easy to get. Here, group of forest bandits. You, my little bowman, will die. So that I may form a queendom.
Everyone! Soldiers! Give them hell!
So I'm initially, because forest bandits are pretty dangerous, I'm going to first send in my companions that are sort of immoral. And then I'm sending everyone in afterwards. Because yeah, these bushwhackers are definitely going to knock out a bunch of my companions, but I'd rather have my companions knocked out than my troops dead. One is a wounded, and they'll recover after a few days, and one is just permanently dead. And then here's my cavalry riding through these bushwhackers and freebooters. Now, as long as you keep changing directions, you won't get as cut up by the arrows. Hey, freebooter, or bushwhacker, whatever you are. Okay, so only one of us was wounded, and was Talon. That minimized sort of our deaths and losses. Take them as prisoner. Take all your stuff. And let's check. Oh, 99. 899. You're killing me, game. That's kind of funny. Okay. Well, one more renown should be easy to get off of just about anyone. Even a tiny group of looters, that should be fine. Oh, there we go. We just increased to clan tier 4 just because I leveled up a bit. So, I can create a kingdom. I can choose my base culture. Obviously, this is a non-starter. Choose my kingdom's active policies. Let's see. I'm not going to go through that right now. Kingdom name. Sarolandia. Vlandia and Sarolan combined. So, I joined Sarolandia. It's maybe not the sexiest of names, but it will have to do. So I can pass these policies. Now, right now, I'm the only one in this kingdom, this solo kingdom. Of course, I could change my kingdom name at any time. And now I should be showing up here as a proper diplomacy. As you can see, my strength versus Northern Empire or the other empires. So Northern and Western, specifically Empire, is really no threat of all. As you can see, Sturgia is massive. Vlandia is massive. Sturgia is dead, more or less. So here's what's going to be important. I am going to want to ride around and try to talk to, if I check Vlandia, I'm going to try to talk to the leaders of these clans in order to get them to change sides and join me. That is going to be very, very important. So some of the clans that have a lot of members, well, this is Deathert. He's the king, so I'm not going to be able to get him to join. But if I convinced Belgier, for instance, Urgend and Colsund would join me as well, and Oxhall and Verexen Castle would join me as well. So, if I could convince Calatid to join me, I would get all of these members as well. It'd be very beneficial. Now, the other thing is, do I try to just bring in people that have similar traits? Or do I not be too picky about the vassals? I think I can't be all that picky. Because as you can see, most of these nobles are just like evil. Cruel and close-fisted. Yeah, I don't know if there's a good one of you. Oh man, you all are terrible. Why am I Vlandian again? I guess this guy is okay. Daring and honest. So let's start with Ospir. He is near Ostican. So if I ride to Ostican, which is way up here, I could talk to him and see if he will break ties with Deathert. One of the ways to have a vassal break ties with their liege, if I go to Vlandia, Deathert here is cautious, so he has a lack of valor. And Ospir is daring, so he has net valor. So they don't see eye to eye about how daring they are, and that is a good way to try to convince them to use your potential recruit's traits and say, hey, the lord that you serve, well, they aren't daring. You should come to my side where we respect you being daring, or something along those lines. We'll see how the conversation goes. Alright, so Ospir, you are near Turby Castle. Let me just track that. Okay, so you're riding around Rovalt and Ostican. We'll go north. And I'll just have to keep updating. He's probably hunting looters or something along those lines. Oh, here he is, Ospir. Hello, Ospir. So I have a +3 relationship to him already. I would, are you married? Actually, you know what? He wouldn't be a good husband. Would not... He would be a good husband. Okay, so now this is the conversation here. As you can see, there's the critical success chances and fail chances. I can pick the, the choice. For instance, you must have heard of my deeds. I speak to you as one warrior to another for valor or charm. I think charm might be better than valor here. So what I'm going to do is try for the critical success chance of charm initially. It succeeds, which was very lucky. And then I'm given some additional options. Let's try... These are equal chances. So let's try the charming option again. It fails. Let's try this charming option again. It fails. I don't think I'm going to be able to convince him because I would need to have a critical success here. And it works. There we are. You were known for your valor, and I convinced him. He is now a vassal of Sarolandia. My charm has gone up as a result. And Osbeer here, who was my first hopeful target, as you can see, is now Sarolandian. That's huge. That is huge because if you take a look at the diplomacy here, mine is now 843. Previously, it was what, like 300 something? It's because Osbeer controls... what does he control? Hold on. He controls some territory. Let me go to Kingdom. Clans. Oh, no, he doesn't have fiefs. No, it's just because Osbeer and Lukend is his son, I guess, joined me. And as a result, both of them brought enough troops to kick me up, a bit. So, Kingdom tab, clans. Why can't I wish I could find Luke in that way, but let's find him this way. I'm curious. Oh, so he is also a good human. Cool. Now here's the thing. I think what I'm going to try to do is only add good heroes regardless of their kingdom background. Because there was no requirement for necessarily for me to only be Vlandian. My troops have to be Vlandian. That was obligated. But my vassals don't have to be. Now that I'm a king or queen in this case, I also have the ability to add a ton more troops to my number. So it would benefit me, of course, to do that. I don't think I'm going to be adding base recruits. I'm going to be wanting to add higher level tiered guys. Like crossbowmen and the like. It's going to be costly. Very, very costly. Another thing I could look to do is to find low-hanging fruit. Enemy kingdoms that are going to be easy for me to dominate and declaring war on them. Now, the issue here, of course, is it could be dangerous. It could backfire. So Western Empire right now, I don't believe they own anything. No, they don't have any fiefs. Northern Empire... Nope. Because it would look... Yeah. The Western Northern Empire just don't exist anymore? Yikes. I suppose Vlandia doesn't either. So Turby Castle was turned over when Ostican... So Ostican... Okay, so my kingdom strength is going to decrease a little bit here. Oh, no, it hasn't. Okay, so what ended up happening was when I recruited Osbeer, he gave over Turby Castle and Ostican back to Vlandia, rather than to keep it. Which is the respectful thing to do, of course. It's not something I did with Sturgia, but of course, I wasn't Sturgian when I gained Veron Castle, so I felt like they didn't deserve to get it back. Another thing I'm able to do is rally an army. If I hit this button, I can ask Lukind and Osbeer to join me. I'm currently not paying for their men, right? Like, they're paying and feeding their own armies. Now, I'm definitely going to need some territory for them to be able to afford, you know, to have an army. So that's going to be pretty important for me to deal with pretty soon here, is where are we going to get additional territory? Now, the problem is a lot of the weaker territories, kingdoms, I should say, are gone, right? There is no North or West Empire. There's no Sturgia. They've basically died off. Oh, dang. And they joined Khuzait? Are you kidding me? I guess they couldn't afford to stay with me. Wow, I feel immediately betrayed. I mean, what can I say? Alternatively, if I really needed the manpower, another way to go about doing it is to have mercenary armies, but mercenary armies aren't really loyal to you. I suppose in this case, neither was Osbeer, because he pulled the ripcord and left me, like, first chance he got. I'm going to attempt to form a kingdom or queendom of good people, so to speak, non-cruel people, but man, this is gonna be tough. Alright, so I think we've gone through all the Vlandians and sort of established that at least the heads of the clans were, well, that's Deathard. Yeah, you're cruel. At least you're merciful and honest. Let's see. Who would I want to deflate? Ideally, because we are right on the edge of Britannia. Another good target would be Britannian vassals. So let's try Vildur next. Merciful and generous. And he was last seen northwest of us. Talon gained enough to level up riding. You've got... What kind of weapon do you have? I don't think this matters because I think this perk is bugged. But Talon's got a crossbow. Alright, so Veron Castle, if I manage the garrison here, there is a bunch of troops. The Vlandian, the Imperial Archer and the Empire Peasants, I'm going to dismiss. And the Vlandian recruits, I'll put back. I don't want to pay for any extra troops. So all these Empire Peasants will be essentially thrown away. I could have given it to a companion, but they're recruits and they're not going to be very effective in combat. Alright, so Vildur, we'll just keep tracking. So he's moving around the Sturgian territory up there. Additionally, if I see any nobles out on the road, like Sylvand here, I could look up Sylvand and see, is Sylvand someone I would want to add, right? Because they're just in close proximity, and the answer here is no, you're cruel. What about, this is what, Caledog? This looks like Caladog. No, Ergion. What about Ergion? You are cautious, but not evil. I don't think I'm going to be able to convince Ergion, but I could try. It's worth the attempt. Wow, you move fast. I cannot catch up to you. I'll help him in battle against some looters.
Sergeant, take care!
Hopefully befriending him a little bit more. Ooh, that was a good hit. Lucky hit, really, is what it was. And then he should thank me. Came in just in time, he says. That's a bit of a joke, obviously, because he could have handled that himself. No problem. Okay, so here we are. Something familiar. I'm going to try the charming approach, which is critically successful. That's a very good start. Let's try the 58 success chance. Ooh, dang. Critical fail. All right, so that attempt is gone. Wow, my can't get lucky every time. Now, as you can see, I am Ceramus. How do you spell your name? S-I-A. You are... The thing is, I can't talk to... So he is a son of a clan leader. So he's not going to be able to make the decision. Melodier. Melodier here is the leader of his clan, but he's devious. He's not honorable. So let's not try for that. So if I wanted Ceramus, or whatever, I'd actually have to talk to Aaron, who is, yeah, never mind, also devious. All right, let's keep going towards our original target. But yeah, any vassals that we see on the way there, I will investigate. Aerodeer is cautious and devious, so no thanks. And the reason I'm making these... What about Penton? The reason I'm making these decisions, of course, is you all voted for me to be chaotic good, so I'm going to try to only add good people to my number. Yes, it's a lot easier to not be picky. Sylvan, did I just... Aren't you daughter of... Oh, yeah, forget it. Yeah, this does definitely make it a lot more challenging. I think another issue that I'm going to run into is I'm going to run into money issues pretty soon, as my my army is expensive and I don't have a lot of territory to subsidize it. That's easily solved by me just fighting some large force, though. Alright, Chasen. Oh, you are a son of Penton. Or son-in-law. Some relationship to Penton, and Penton is not a nice man. So I do find it kind of funny that the guys I convinced, Ospier, I convinced to join us, relinquished his castle and his town, and then immediately joined Khuzait. It's like, okay, I guess. No, what is kind of nice is I haven't had anyone necessarily declare war on me or anything like that. I'm not currently, Vilder. You are who I'm coming to talk to, aren't I? Yes. I'm not currently pressured in that way. Alright, Vilder. Chieftain of the Sturgians. There's no one to marry. So let's try our charming approach. Oof, ineffective. More charm. And alright, I have to hit this next one. This is my only chance. Yes, there we go. Vilder wants to join as well. I'm just trying to charm my way through. For him to join me, ooh, he is asking a lot of money. Now, here's the thing. He is willing to join me always. Now that I've convinced him, I just need to make the price right. At present, I have no ability to afford his, his loyalty. But I can always, at some point in the future, come back when he is more poor or I am more rich and adjust it properly. So that I might be able to convince him. Well, I'm in Revel. Let me see what there is to trade. I may have to, and I'm not thrilled about this prospect, but I may have to cut back on the variety of food that I'm offering my troops, and then also enter some arena battles, just to be able to afford to pay the taxes that I have, because currently it's I am losing money every day. Alright, let's try to find another clan. Manatios, well, no, I can't. We could just go through alphabetically. I think what might be a little bit faster is just to ride around and see who's around. Alright, you're a minor faction, you are a mercenary. I don't want you necessarily. Mercenaries are good, like, in a pinch to add, if you really just need the extra forces. But I'm not really interested in hiring out a bunch of mercenaries. Okay, so here I am in the arena, just to be able to pay for my troops. I'm sorry, Can. It's truly not personal here. Come on, Talon, you can beat him. Oh, nope. Down you go. So then it's me and the guy that beat Talon. And then me versus a skirmisher. This should be easy. And this is how I'm going to pay for my dear army. A little embarrassing that I have to murder people in an arena to pay for the army. But honestly, this is the way. All right, Fia Rod. You are in Clan Luchin. Luchin, I could try to talk to you. You are last seen near Maranath. All right, so we have another lead. And you're just a caravan. I can also, if I'm passing by a castle, Nemos, you're in Clan Gyarios. Nope. That's going to be a pass. Luchin. You are a vassal of... Oh, you're a vassal... Oh, you're who I wanted to talk to. Hello, hello. Okay. Critical success is a very good start. Let's try for the highest success chances. Alright, one last shot here. You get 4 chances here. Boom! There we go. Will I be able to afford you? I probably won't be able to... Oh, you just joined outright. Nice. My charm goes skyrocketing because I convinced him. And then the real question is... Does he ditch his current territories? Maybe. I'm curious if I could talk to Osbeer again. Because he did join me once. Maybe he'll join me again. So, Sianion was given up from Lucian to Caladog. Yeah, so they did ditch territories. What I really need to do is to figure out... Varchag given to figure out who can I go to war with. Because... really, all of the forces, maybe it has to be Aserai. They look maybe the weakest. If I go into the kingdom diplomacy, Northern Empire doesn't really exist. Crusade is massive. Britannia is massive. Western Empire doesn't exist. Aserai is like the weakest, but they still would kick the butt. Southern Empire is massive. Sturgia doesn't exist. And Vlandia, I'd prefer not to go to war with. Aserai is the weakest, but the only way that that war would go to my favor is oh yeah, you're cruel. Is if Aserai was at war with a ton of other people as well, tied up. So currently they're at war with only mercenary parties, so it'd be a terrible time for a war. Alright, all of the... I don't really have to look up the Vlandian leaders because I have already established that all the Vlandian leaders are evil, unfortunately. Maybe that's, that might be the backstory of why Sarolan broke ties with Vlandia. Because she was just, and they were not. So, Osbeer was last seen around here a few days ago. Otto is a mercenary, but I have no new information of where he's went to. But I'm going to have to just keep arena fighting, I think. Pretty soon here. Okay, let's... It hurts me, but I'm going to get rid of my Sturgian Hunter. And as you can see, I only have fish and grain. I can afford some grapes at this town because they're cheap. They have them in large bulk. But my troops are just not going to be fed well. Oh, here's Osbeer. Hello, little trader. I'm coming to try to convince you again. And there he is. He's joined yet again. Because I've convinced him once, it's sort of a freebie to convince him again. So, now, if you check my kingdom tab, my diplomacy, let's say against Azurai. I'm gaining a little strength here, just a little bit. What I really need is a town. I need something like Kuyaz, where I can afford to pay some armies. Because right now I could rally an army 1,000 strong, which is honestly pretty good. Pretty dang good. The issue, of course, is can I feed that army? Not really. So I think we need to just continue trying to get vassals. But I am just about out of time. Actually, I went over time here. If you have any tips, tricks, feedback for me, do drop me a line. If you're excited about me being a queen, let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching, everybody. I'll catch you all next episode, hopefully with some big battle-y wars. Adios all.